Hey, what's up? This is Bobby Leatherlungs Lucas of Attacker, and you're listening to the Metal Meltdown Show with DJ Dave Softee. Bang your fucking heads.
Are we ready, Metal Maniacs? Here we go. Please help me welcome back to the Metal Meltdown. Hailing from Perth Amboy, New Jersey, here to talk about his band Attacker's long-awaited and upcoming brand new release, The God Particle, scheduled to be released in about a month through Cruz Del Sur Music, based in Italy. Let's hear it for the voice often known as Lungzilla, Bobby Leatherlungs Lucas of power metal band Attacker.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Hope you're all good.
Great to have you back on the show, Bobby, and thank you for accommodating me during this transition period, I call it, between ending Metal Meltdown for the season and going back to work. Actually, this will be my last interview of the season, so we got to make it special. And so,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. Work is knocking on my door. The weather's getting ready. I got to get the truck ready, so won't be time
Yeah.
to be in the chat room too much. But I remember the last time we had this opportunity to talk about it. And the release was, could you believe it, 14 years ago, 2010, for Morbid Sin, Sins of the Flesh.
Yeah. Wow. Time flies, man.
It was
It
like
really
yesterday. Yeah, yeah. And our late Robin set that
Yes.
up, rest her soul. And she was one of your biggest fans. I never forget this. I think it was a couple years ago. She says, "Could you do something special with Bobby because of the new single?" I'm like, "What new single?" So I checked it out. I go, "That's not Bobby. What the fuck is going on?" And it was something a transitional thing. I don't know what the hell that was all about. But I said, "That's not Bobby." I mean, she wanted to do. I think at the time she had the Robin's Realm. She was doing her segment. She wanted to do. I says, "Of course you could do Attacker." And I said, "That's not Bobby." You know?
No, that wasn't me.
No. But I mean,
That's like put aside as like a one-off thing.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I mean, it would have been disrespectful for me to come in and do vocals over over that music, to rewrite it and all, because we're friends with Norman, so we let it be what it is,
yeah. And I didn't feel like Attacker to me, but you're the right choice. You're the right choice because it just sounds right. It sounds good. And I just want to send my
Thanks, man.
condolences
Thank
for
you.
the pet. Of course, I want to send my condolences to you because recently I learned that you have, from your former band Morbid Saint, you have three artists that have passed away since that interview. I'll
Yeah.
mention their names too. Rest their souls as well. Ray Tyler in
Yep.
2015, guitarist.
Mhm. Yep.
Also another guitarist in 2020, Chris Mace,
Yep.
and then your drummer, most recently 2021, Brian
Yeah.
Vincent. Yeah, that's pretty sad. I mean, that's a lot going on.
It's very sad. Those guys are like brothers to me, all three of them. Even when we weren't playing together, because we all did our little things, aside from Morbid Sin. And, I grew up with those guys, man. I was playing with them since I'm probably 15 years old. So, yeah, it's like, it hit me real hard. But it just goes to show, man, everybody out there, we think we're invincible when we're young. We think that we can do whatever to our bodies and we're not going to pay for it. We can drink like crazy. We could smoke like crazy. We could party and use other substances like crazy, and it sucks because when you're in a band, the partying kind of goes hand in hand with the music. So, what are you going to do? Yeah, you got to either learn how to do things in moderation, or you're going to wind up dead early. You're going to wind up in an early grave, man. I mean, me, I had a lot of health problems. I could tell you that most of that stuff stemmed from my drug and alcohol use. So, take that as a heed that warning, guys. I mean, I've
Yeah.
always said, if anybody ever needs to talk or anything, hit me up on private messenger on Facebook, and I'll be glad to try to help and talk to you, man. Seriously, I mean that. Oh, my heart and soul, I mean that.
I never knew that you had a drinking or drug problem. I do
I never
remember.
had a drinking problem. I never had a drinking
Yeah,
problem. I
yeah.
was like, I smoked weed all day. I was
I,
like whatever was at the party kind of guy.
Yeah, I think what it was is more food probably. You ate too much tomato pie and junk food, and
Yeah.
that's where the diabetes came in. Because I remember 14 years ago, you were concerned that might be losing your foot. You had some sore on the foot that was not going away. How is that coming out for you now? How is everything with that?
With what?
Your foot.
Oh, my foot's golden now. I mean, it
Yeah,
took a
good.
long time to heal because of where the wound was on my foot, because that was the spot where you're always pushing off. When you walk, you push off, and
Right.
that wound happened to be right in a spot where, damn man, it would close up, but then at the end of the day, if I did a lot of walking, shit, my sock is bloody again. So I mean, it took a long time. I had to really limit myself.
Yeah, we always pay for what we do in our youth. We pay
Yep.
for it in our older age, so I know what that's like. Believe me.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I was always waiting to hear from you as far as any more music from Morbid Sick, but that never happened. I understand why. And since then, you joined Metal Messiah Radio with your Screams from the Metal Crypt, which is pretty much, I would say, in legendary status now. You have a nice strong following and a very popular show. So I want to congratulate you that, and it's great to have you here at Metal
Oh, thank
Messiah
you, man.
Radio. And
Thank
we lost Robin. It's just a year ago, but it seems like, I don't know. It seems longer for me for some reason. And usually these kind of things, I mean, the Morbid Sin interview was 14 years ago. Robin passed last year, and to me,
Yep.
it's the same. To me, it's like the same difference. It's like it's the just happened,
Yeah.
or it happened then. It just feels like it still just happened to me. But now let's talk about Attacker. I just want everyone to take note that Leatherlungs is on his fourth recording with Attacker, making him the one vocalist of all the vocalists Attacker ever had. He has the longest history as being on a recorded product. That starting with 2013's Giants of Canaan. Also, you have 2016's Sins of the World, and the latest is the 2018 EP Armor of the Gods. So that is due a lot
Great.
of respect. You've been with the band as far as a vocalist for the longest time compared
Well,
to anybody
yeah.
else.
I'm
That's
I'm
great.
happy to be too.
That's great. That's great. It's perfect because the band's in Jersey. You don't have to worry about doing things overseas or any other
Yeah.
continent. And it's your kind of music, and it's like I said, right there in Jersey. So let's learn all about the making of the God Particle. Uh, I know it was seemed like it was just a month ago you were in the recording studio laying down the vocals to the music, and here we are talking about it. It came by, I think, pretty quickly, but the release, I'm not sure exactly, but it's in about a month. When is the official release date?
The official release date, as far as I know right now, is April the 12th.
April the 12th. Yeah.
Yes, and matter of fact, Dave, very interesting. Today, the lyric video dropped for "The Mighty Have Fallen." That's the single that Cruz Del Sur picked from the album, and it just dropped today. So you guys, if you want to go run check it out on YouTube, it's a lyric video. So,
Great. Great.
and it's pretty
Those are,
cool.
I love those lyric videos, and thank you for letting us know about that. And I just want to know if you could tell me who selected the title, for the name of the album.
Well, I have to be honest. The album, you could say it's thematic. It has a little bit of a theme running through it. But the song, it was from a song on the album called "The God Particle." And usually, what we do is we get together and we brainstorm. We spitball. Oh, what about this one? What about that one? And Mike Sabatini said, let's call it the God Particle. And I was like, whoa. It's like, I like that, man. I like that. Everybody dug it. So, that was the name of the album. And then it was up to me to come up with the concept, because I do all the conceptual work for the albums. The four that I'm on anyway, come up with a concept and an idea for what the album cover looked like. I'll come up with a basic idea and give it to an artist who's much better than I am. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see. It's nice to see it realized by someone else too, and then you get to see their take on it, and you're like, oh wow, that looks cool. So we have the artist from who does the artwork for the band Cage, my buddy Sean Peck. Shout out to Sean Peck.
He's been on my
Yeah,
show more than any other artist or band.
that's good shit, man.
Yeah, yeah. And I do love the artwork, by the way. I mean, the God particle and the artwork is
Thank you.
devilish. I mean, that stands out. That makes the album look that makes the album, to me, the best album cover for Attacker than I've ever seen before, because it's never been like that.
Yeah, it's really fucking cool. It's different, you know. He takes a different approach to his artwork. To me, it's more like a realistic comic book, kind of an idea, and it just worked out. You know, he did a great job, and that theme it runs through a lot of the album. You know, of course, it's my rabbit hole. You know, so I'm taking you guys down my rabbit hole.
But it reminds me a little bit of Carnage.
Of what?
Carnage from
Venom. Yes.
yeah. It reminds me a little bit of some pictures I have of Carnage. So I said, yeah, that's cool. It looks similar to it a little bit.
Yeah, the lyric video is really cool because it's made 3D.
Nice.
So it goes into the artwork, and it's beautiful. It really sharp and high definition, and I mean, I'm very happy with it. You know.
I haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to seeing it right after the interview. I will check that out. So let's learn more about the God Particle. How did the songs all come together? You just like the title, you all get together, you get your thoughts together, you have the brainstorming, and you all work on that together?
No, I tell you, it's always been the same since I joined the band in 2012. I joined in the middle of 2012, and what it would be is they work on the music. I listen to the music. I get inspired by the music. I come up with an idea, a song title, and then I write an outline, a lyrical outline, things I want to touch on in the song. Maybe I thought of a line of lyrics, and I'm like, ooh, that's good. Let me write that down. You know, that kind of a thing. And basically, you know, we put it together that way. I don't think we did anything different. We didn't approach this album any differently. And I have to say, it is the heaviest and darkest album by Attacker. And it just seems like it's a natural progression. It's been going that way since Giants of Canaan. So I'm very happy with it, because I'll tell you what, man, this album, the production is fucking mind-boggling. I mean, Sabatini's drums sound like thunder on this, man. It's just everybody came and brought their A game, man. It's like, you know, it felt like we had something to prove, I guess, in a way, because we've been sitting by and writing and listening to what's going on out there, and we're like, you know what? The world needs a strong dose of Attacker again.
There you go. It's been a while, so yes.
That's what we did.
And you played the first tune you played on your show, and you actually shared me through that song. When I heard it, I'm like, wow, gut-wrenching. The vocals were gut-wrenching, I call it. You were at the top, at the bottom of your diaphragm, bringing it out your voice, bringing it all the way out. I've never heard like that before. Never heard you sound like that.
Well, that's those snippets and everything. I'll tell you what, man. I felt like I'm gonna put 110% into it. I did, you know, I always sang like that, but there is a little more ferocity in it on this album. You know, a little more of I'm gonna say anger.
Exactly what I was thinking. That's what I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pissed off Dio or something. You know, I mean, some Udo. You know, it's a very. Let me say this, and I've always said this about my voice. I sing, and it's very German. It's like German vocals are like among my favorite. Fucking that style, you know. Like my favorite female singer is Leatherlungs. She's got that kind of style. Doro used to really fucking belt it out. Of course, Udo, the king, man. I fucking love Udo. I love Old Accept. It's just all my influences kind of just came out. You know, Dio, Dickinson, and Halford are like my main guys. So it's kind of a little blend of all of those people again, but a little more pissed off. A little more pissed off, guys.
That's good. That's good though. It makes great music that way. And does Attacker have their own studio, or could you tell us what studio the God Particle was recorded in? And you were talking about the production. Who was responsible for the production, the mixing, the mastering? Who took care of all that?
Well, let me tell you, this is not the first time that he has produced, and I have to say hats off to him because he did a fantastic job. None other than Mr. Mike Sabatini, fucking produced it, and CJ from Blood Feast, CJ Sioza. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, CJ, and Mike. CJ helped him engineer some stuff. But Mike produced it. Mike is the man. He really, I mean, that's a really you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders when you produce an album, and he did it, man, and it came out fantastic. He had done, he was co-producer on Giants of Canaan, and he produced the Unknown album as well. So this would be like his third album, and he gets better and better and better. So, more better, as my illustrious friend Marty Cohn would say, more better. But yes, he brought it, man. He brought it, boy. Wait till you guys hear it.
I had Sabatini on the show back in 2013. I guess it was for the Giants of Canaan. And even back then, he had some anger in him too. Like I could sense it. And
well, wait till you hear the drums on this album. Forget it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very good. Congratulations on that.
Sabrina, you can't be up here, sweetheart. My cat wants to be in the interview too.
Is this your new? Is this your new cat? I know.
Oh no, she's the mama cat.
Oh yeah,
she's the mama cat. She's responsible for the other three.
Okay, and Freddie, any updates on Freddie? I know you've been posting on Facebook about how sick he is. Yeah.
Freddie is still with us, and actually was up on the bed with me this morning. He's been coming up to say hello in the morning. He sits with me for a little while. That's a new thing. So I'm really thinking it's almost, I hate to say it, but almost time, because the poor little guy, he can hardly eat, and he vomits after he eats, and he can't poop right. So I mean, it's messed up, and where he's got this colonic mass, they can't remove it. They don't want to operate on a 12-year-old cat and where it is and everything. So
yeah, I felt bad for Freddie, and sorry about that.
I hate it, and I hate that it's gonna crush me. But you know what? I have to help him out, because I'm not gonna let him suffer, and until he's laying here and not able to even clean himself, and in a lot of pain and all of that. I can't do that to him.
Yeah.
I would rather make him go to sleep.
Yeah, he'd be in a lot less pain.
Yeah, but it'll probably be Monday or Tuesday that I'm gonna have to take him, and it's gonna be a tough one.
It's like your child. It's like your child. I know.
Yeah,
I get you. I definitely get you.
Yeah,
and
he was born in this apartment in a cardboard box with his brothers and sisters.
Oh wow.
So it's tough, man.
Wow.
But it's something we all have to face.
And how's your mom doing? Being that we're talking family type stuff, how's your mom doing?
Mom is retired now, and she didn't have to. Right, my mom is 73 years old. She was still working.
Still young.
And I'm going to tell you why she retired, because I don't mind telling you. They were going to change the curriculum in the schools here in New Jersey, and they are changing it. And one of the things is going to be sex education taught to 7-year-old kids.
That's a very sensitive topic. Yeah.
It's fine. Sex education is great. I had it when I was 14. But there you go. I had it when I was 14, not when I was 7, because let me tell you, a 7-year-old should be playing with Legos and Pokemon and Barbie, not being worried about what this gender is and that gender is, and how to have sex. I'm sorry. Masturbation and all of that. So, you know what? It's not right. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's the way I feel about it. And That's why she left, because they told her, listen, this is how it's going to be. They got all the teachers together in her school, and they said the new curriculum is going to be taught this year, and it's going to include sex education, and starting at 7 years old. For what? For what? Why?
Man, the only thing I can think of is that they're going to try to prevent teenage pregnancy. But 7-year-olds, it's kind of young to start with that.
Let's hope that's the reason. But I really don't think 7-year-olds should be worried about that. They don't need to be concerning themselves with those things. Let them be kids. Let them play. Let them do what they're supposed to do. And then when they get older, there's nothing you could do when a kid is like 14, 15. He's going to hear about it on the playground. He's going to hear about it from a friend, et cetera, et cetera. But you don't have to teach them that shit in school. I'm sorry, you just don't.
I agree with you. I agree.
That's where I stand on that. But that's why Mom retired, and she's doing great. I just went food shopping with her. I have to help her with her bags. I mean, you know, she hurt her knee. She fell down. It's just, I love my mother. My mother's my best friend. You know, she's
awesome.
My best friend.
Great
my
to hear
mother
that.
stood by me through a lot of bullshit. Let me tell you, she stood by me through a lot of bullshit, and she didn't have to. So, you know, my father didn't stick around, you know, but she did. You know, my father, you know, kind of disowned him. So.
Yeah, I understand how that could go too. Yeah, we've had lives. I know. Let's get back to Attacker. I want to know more about the album. Will it be released on vinyl?
Oh yeah, there's going to be a limited run on vinyls. So get ready.
Very good. And so let's give links to the listeners where they could have merch, and we could tell them if you have any idea what merch you currently have available or what merch you may have coming up. I'm going to give you Attacker Bandcamp, attacker1.bandcamp.com, your Facebook, facebook.com/attackerband. And then they could always get the music, I guess, from the label, www.cruzdelsurmusic.com. But maybe you have a better link than I have.
Nah, I think you got it all. I think you covered all of them.
Very good. So that's where you would go to check out the digital downloads and get a physical copy, or possibly the vinyl, if that's already in place. I know that stuff takes a long time to manufacture. So
yeah, they sent us the layout for the vinyls for us to okay. So yeah, they're definitely getting made because we okayed the you know,
that's nice.
Mock-up, whatever you want to call it. You know.
Is that what you shared with us in the chat room? I think I saw that then. If that's what that was.
Yeah, that was what that was. Yep.
Very nice, and with the band pick in the back, and that awesome CD artwork. Very, very nice. And
I think that you asked me about the studio. The studio is Mike's Band Mother Recordings. So, you know, he's producing stuff, guys in bands in the tri-state area.
Now let's talk about performances. I believe I saw some banners posted for a recent show. I guess it was in the Jersey area. I'm not really sure. But would you like to talk about your most recent past performances, and if there's a plan for a tour coming up that we could talk about? Because I didn't notice any dates booked yet, but maybe you have an idea of what might be coming up.
I have to tell you, we have not done any shows since before COVID. COVID screwed everything up.
Okay, then the banner I saw was an old banner. Okay.
I'll tell you what, the last couple places we played was New York City, was the Paper Factory and St. Vitus. And St. Vitus is closed up right now. We don't even know if they're going to reopen.
Is it?
So,
I did not know that, because Lesson in Violence says they're coming to New York. I think it's this week, and they were planning on going there.
They got shut down. I don't know if they're reopened yet. I doubt it, because one of the things they got shut down for was operating without a liquor license, and that's not easy.
That's not good.
That's not easy to get out of.
That's not good. That's not good at all. Wow.
It sucks because I loved playing there, man. I love that place. You know, that was one of our spots. That was one of our little stomping grounds. So right now, all we have is dingbats right here, and we ain't gonna play the Starland because the Starland wants you to fucking buy onto the shows over there, and I don't do that. I haven't done that since I'm about 21,
Oh,
and I refuse to do it now.
you're talking about paying to play.
Yeah, pay to play.
That's
Exactly.
always been. I never could understand that, but I guess that bands, they want to get out there. They want their name to be known, and they're willing to
Yep.
do that. I guess it's investing in yourself, but it's so unfair to the bands to have to do that.
You know, I mean, I could talk about this and be perceived as a bad guy, but I want to say to the younger bands out there, you're not doing not only yourselves a favor, but you're not doing any other bands a favor because nobody likes to work for free. And
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us to play a show for free, I mean, come on, man. If it's a benefit, I'll do it. I've done it, you know, with my band Metal Land, and I do a lot of benefits with those guys for good causes. But I mean, if you're gonna play a gig, I mean, you know, lugging that equipment, we don't have roadies anymore, guys. Let's put it that way. You guys who were out there in the mid '80s know exactly what I'm talking about right now. Because we used to have guys who were like, "Oh man, let me roadie for you. Oh, hey, yeah, I'm coming. I'm the roadie." You know, and you had like 10 people who wanted to help you fucking carry your equipment. No more, no more. Nobody wants to carry it. I'm
wow.
lucky I'm the singer. All I got to carry is the microphone.
You were talking about the new lyric video out there, and I'm interested to know, will there be future either music or lyric videos that will accompany the God Particle in the near future?
Well, I actually been approached by a friend of mine that I've been on his podcast a couple of times about singing on a song with them. And I talked to him about the situation, and I'm gonna be doing it, but it will be soon, but not immediately. And also another band that was from the '80s that almost blew up because they had the right people behind them. I'm talking to them right now about maybe doing some songs with them, maybe demoing some stuff or just going into the studio and contributing and seeing what happens. You know, I'm available for studio work. Let's put it that way. I'm at the point in my life and in my career where I get paid for this now. So
That's
I
great.
don't get paid a lot. But I get paid something. I'm providing. I feel like you know if you're a professional, you're providing a service. Just like anything, just
Right.
like anything. So I'll do a little bit of that. And I mean I've talked to a couple people because they're Marvin Sin, Morbid Sin. Of course, I call it Marvin Sin for a joke, but Morbid Sin. I go, oh well, why don't you guys do something? Do something. John and I have talked about it a little bit. Jon Hasselbrink, also known as Motley, from Attacker, because I did bring him into the fold with Attacker because we needed someone when Pat Marinelli bowed out. And the guys asked me, "You think you know anybody? Do you know anybody?" I said, "I got just the fucking guy." And Mott's been with us ever since, and he's definitely an asset to the band because him and Mike Benetatos, the two of them are like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, really, seriously. Wait till you hear them ripping fucking leads on this album back and forth. It's insanity. I mean, I love my band. I love my band members. Brian on bass, he's like brings the best of both worlds. Geezer Butler and I mean, listen, Steve Harris. This kid can play anything Steve Harris plays, and Sabbath, Geezer Butler, and beyond. I mean, and of course, powerhouse Mike Sabatini. We have all the ingredients, man, and we're ready. We're ready to attack.
Very cool. And would you like to talk about Denim and Leather or your Iron Maiden cover band Purgatory?
Yeah, during Denim and Leather, I've been with them guys for about 7, maybe going on 8 years now. That was Ronnie Monroe from Metal Church and Jeff Baker from King's Chamber. They moved out. They were doing it in Vegas for a while because Jeff lived out in Vegas, and Jeff moved out to actually on the border of Pennsylvania, and he approached me about it a few years back, but I was unable to do it at the time because I had a significant other that was just, hated the stuff, that I was doing. More the performing, not the music or anything, because, I don't know, jealousy, but whatever.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I couldn't do it at the time because I was in two bands already. So yes, when I got freed up, because when I got freed up, I called him up and said, "Listen, I'm ready. I could do it." So yeah, man, we're doing all the best. Sabbath, Maiden, Dio, Judas Priest, Grim Reaper, Queensryche, Metal Church. We fucking do it all, man. We even throw some TT Quick in there. We do stuff nobody does. So we we're
Very
out
cool.
there just about every month, sometimes 2 months. But take a look on Facebook, join our page, give it a like. Because listen, you guys come out, you're gonna hear shit like "Saints in Hell" by Priest. You're gonna hear "See You in Hell" by Grim Reaper. You're going to hear Queen of the Reich. You're going to hear all the good shit, man. You're going to hear Holy Diver. You're going to hear Neon Knights. So, come out. Check us out. And Purgatory, those are the guys from Legion, the band Legion. New Jersey's Legion. There's like 5 or 6 different Legions out there. I told these guys, you got to change your fucking name. Oh, no, everybody knows us as Legion. I said, dude, there's like 6, 7 different Legions out there.
Is that the one that Frank Gilchrist was part of at one time?
No, it's with Frank, but Frank Adamo and Joe Adamo. They're 2 brothers on guitar, and Artie Maglio, the 9-fingered fucking beast on bass. Yes, I'll tell you what, man. We kind of lost our drummer right now, but we have a replacement already, and I think things are going to be more better now. So. But
Awesome.
we play the best Maiden, baby. Woo! We do the piano and the Dickinson stuff. And,
Nice.
Not to blow my own horn, but I could sound like both of them, as my Uncle Louie would say.
I know you can.
I sound like the both of them.
I know you can. I mean, I don't know what your favorite Maiden album is, but Killers is still up there. And I would say Peace of Mind. But, there after a certain time, maybe it was after, I don't know, No Prayer for the Dying. After that, maybe it was even not even that one, but Fear of the Dark, or maybe it was after that. They just, I don't know, whatever they had, they lost it. They're not the same. They've done everything they could.
I speak very bluntly, and I speak honestly, and I will tell you, even though I'm a fanboy, if I don't like something by Iron Maiden or any band that I've liked and I've supported for years and years, I feel I have a fucking right to voice my opinion anyway. So, listen, you're right. Steve Harris needs a shot in the ass. He's got to start writing some fucking shit with more edge, okay? Because the last album was a bloated fucking I can't listen to it. I cannot sit down and listen to that whole album from front to back. I'm sorry, I can't. I got to listen to, maybe I could push one disc, and then later on or the next day I could listen to the other. But listen, man, nobody needed that. And every song is like fucking 9, 10, 12 minutes long. Come on, bro. Really, what are you doing over there?
There's nothing wrong with long songs as long as they catch you. If they're just drawn out songs and boring, you're going to lose the people. And that's what they did.
There's too many long ones, though, is also my point. I have to correct myself, Dave. Okay, I remember the name of the festival. It's Stormbringer, and it was at Ralph's Rock Diner in Worcester, Massachusetts. And that was the last gig that Attacker played, and it was not that long ago. It was maybe 2 years ago. It was like after the COVID was dying down and everything. And what a fucking great festival. And John Arch came to see Attacker, and I was shitting in my pants. I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm too nervous. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, guys. Get the fuck out of here. John Arch, I was talking to him. He's like, get out of there, bro. He goes, you kick-ass. You're a kick-ass singer. Get up there and tear it up. And I was like, oh, my God. I can't even fucking believe it, because That's another band I was listening to since Night on Brocken when I was a kid, man. And when I heard John Arch, I was like, oh my God, this guy sounds like Bruce, and he reminded me of Bruce on that first album. And then, but he expanded on his sound, and you could hear it growing on Spectre Within, and then onto my favorite, Awaken the Guardian, which seems to be just about everybody's favorite that I talk to about Fate's Warning. And my God, I saw them fucking live at Lemoore, a small little club. I got to see them when Night on Brocken came out. I got to see them when Spectre Within came out. I got to see them when Awaken the Guardian came out because they're from Connecticut and they played the city a lot. So, man, I got to see them with Ray Alder, who's also a fucking phenomenal singer I love so much, at the Limelight.
It's been great talking with you today, Bobby Lucas, Leatherlungs, and I just want to know, is there anything that you'd like to say to your fans that are tuning in around the world at this time?
Oh, man, I want to just, all I can say from my heart and my soul is that I appreciate every single one of you. Seriously, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. I've been doing it since I'm 14 years old, literally. I started singing in a metal band. I used to sing before that in church in a Catholic school, but that's neither here nor there. But I kind of got my start there. And she taught me about the diaphragm. So thank you, Mrs. Mercurio. Rest in peace. But I love you guys so much, man. I really do. And if you see me, don't feel hesitant. Come up to me, man. I'll shake your hand. I'll sign your CDs, whatever, because like Ronnie James Dio said, without the fans, we're nothing. And it's true. Without the fans, we're nothing. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my band members in Attacker because everybody really brought it. And this album, to me, it's different. It's special. It pummels. It fucking pummels, man. And I'm very happy with it. Very happy with the sound. And the recording process was so great to work with Mike at the studio that we rehearsing and playing all the time. It was like so, I don't know, man. It was like you're home, you know what I mean? And I had a great time, man. I've been playing in that studio with those guys since 2012, so it's like home. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoy the album. Pick it up. It's on Cruz Del Sur Music. I will see you guys. I want to get on the festivals. Anybody out there listening? Yeah, let's do it. Because I know the offers start coming in usually after the new album gets released. So, we're ready. And then we got Keep It True coming up. We are the warm-up night. The first night sold out in a matter of days. It was sold out before any of the other days sold out on the festival was when we were announced. So that says something. We haven't been to Germany in a few years, man. It's been a minute. And you guys know I was born in Germany. I was born in Bavaria, in Würzburg. And my buddy Tom Horb is going to meet me there. Tomcat from Hateful Agony. Yes. And we're going to be hoisting a few and having a great time. But, yeah, man, that's about it. I love you guys. If there's anybody I forgot. Oh, I want to shout out. Wait a minute. I got to shout out my friend Backlash, John Sparks. Because he's one of the bands I'm doing some stuff for, some originals with. And he's a great guitar player, man. He's out in Florida. And I can't wait to go out there and meet up with some of my friends out there in Florida. Death Metal Dave, everybody, man. It's going to be fun. And I want to go to Ireland and hang out with my brother from another mother, my Irish blood brother, Adrian Moeller-Williams, because that's my boy right there, man. He's my partner. He does a great job. He brings it every week, man. That guy knows about music. Let me tell you something. It's in his blood, and I can't wait. And he's going to graduate to his own damn show. I already told him. I said, bro, you got to do your own show when you're ready, man, because you'll be fine. You'll be great at it. He really will be.
I told him the same thing. Yeah,
man.
He's ready. He's ready as long as he's willing.
He's ready. And I would do anything to help him, man. And he knows that I love him, man. And the Irish bands, everybody out in Ireland, you guys fucking kick ass, man. Really, I love you guys. Oh shit, the bands out there. I'm ready to move out there. They're so good.
Very, very cool.
I
Yeah,
wish
yeah,
I could move out
yeah,
there. Adrian, yeah, we'd be hiking to the Hellfire Club all the time.
yeah. Right. Yeah, but it's been great talking with you again.
Unmaker. I got a shout. Unmaker.
Unmaker.
Yes. Fucking badass.
All right, Bob. Yeah, before we go crank up more Attacker, I want to make sure that we brought everything out there to the Metal Maniacs. I believe we covered a lot of territory, but if there's anything that you wanted to bring out that we have yet to mention, I want you to have every opportunity.
I want to shout. I want to shout out my my favorites out there, man. You know.
Okay, sure.
I shouted out Death Metal Dave, but I got to shout out the Vampire too, the Transylvanian Freak. This guy, I love his show. I enjoy it. So I wanted to just say that. And yeah, man, your show. You know I love your show. I don't have to even say it because we come full circle, Dave. We've come full circle.
As a matter of fact, I agree with you on that because when I started at Metal Messiah Radio, you never heard any Cookie Monster vocals on my show. I was really against it. And LC, I bet you he remembers what I said.
Oh man,
What I said, yeah, I said at the time, why play something that you don't understand what they're saying? If they're like screaming the vocals, the cookie, why play it? But you know what? I want to tell everybody the truth. What brought me out of that was Christian Alveston, formerly of Scar Symmetry. This man has maybe, you talk about voices, he may be my favorite voice in the world because he has the sweetest soft voice and what a harsh voice. But his harsh vocal got me into appreciating melodic death metal. And I love me.
Who are you talking about?
Christian Alveston, formerly of Scar Symmetry.
Is it a girl? Trisha?
No, Christian Alveston. He's
Christian.
legend.
My bad.
It's okay, but he doesn't do interviews. So a few years ago, maybe it's 10 years ago too, I don't know. I did a discography show, and LC spent I don't know how many hours making this banner, but it looked like he put a lot of work into it. And I could never get an interview out of the guy. I always want to talk to him about his music because I really love it. But he's been in bands like Miseration, Torchbearer, not anymore, I don't think. But he is the reason why I took an appreciation to harsher vocal. And that's why, yeah, I love thrash metal. I love power metal to a point. I love prog metal. I love even, I'm not into like new metal, but recently I've discovered that I do like some of it, like 24 years after this whole new metal thing came out.
I like some of that stuff too. Like I was saying before, I listened to a lot of stuff, like the post-grunge and all. And I like the Seattle stuff. I mean, come on, man. Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, that shit's metal.
To me, that's not grunge
That's
to me.
the shit, man.
That's maybe alternative metal, but that was never grunge to me. That was real metal. That was a different kind of metal, but that was not grunge to me. I can't stand grunge. I can't stand grunge myself, but I never liked the Cookie Monster type of vocal. But recently, you were at one of my shows, and I think I played the entire list with Cookie Monster, and I think it was too much for you. But I was just going.
That's the way I put it too.
I was just going with the flow. I just like a lot of new releases, a lot of old releases, and just great songs that maybe I didn't appreciate when I first started Metal Messiah Radio, but I surely appreciate it now. Absolutely. Thanks to Chris.
Definitely, yeah. Stuff that I grew into myself because being a DJ, you play some stuff that you ordinarily wouldn't play, and you hear stuff that you usually wouldn't listen to. And I'll tell you what, man, there's bands that now I do enjoy and I like a lot, that I would, if you asked me even just 3 or 4 years ago about those bands, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, 24 years ago, a friend of mine gave me a CD. It was Linkin Park, and I laughed at him, and I didn't even play it. I'm like, I'm not into that. I wasn't even into metal at the time. We're talking 24 years ago. I was into Sabbath and Iron Maiden and stuff like that. I wasn't interested in Linkin Park, but you know, in 2017, their vocalist committed suicide. I was not even aware of
Yeah,
it
it's terrible.
till recently, and that's when I said I want to know what his music's about. And every
Yeah,
song he sings, it's like he's giving everybody a hint that he's going to kill himself. It just was a matter of
yeah,
time. 24 years ago, and it's like then I learned more about the band, and it's like I mean that's what I appreciate about music in general. But they
right.
became something, you know, they started new metal, then they became rock, and then they tried to go back to new metal. It didn't work because it was faded out already. And then they tried to become pop music, and it's like, what? What?
Yeah,
But those first two albums, I listen to it now from 2000, 2003. I'm like, wow, I missed out on that. I never got into that. I never even gave it a chance, but I love it. I
so
won't deny it. I do love it, but you know,
and
that's that.
another singer that was like that was Andrew Wood from Mother Love Bone. They were a Seattle band, and I mean, I love that album, and the EP. The EP is called Shine, and the album is called Apple. But they combined it, and you can get it on one CD now. Mother Love Bone. If you're into stuff like hard rock, and I mean, let's say early Aerosmith when they were still good, like the first four albums, But this is better than Aerosmith. This is more better than Aerosmith. The guy was a phenomenal talent. He's was a prolific songwriter. He had like tons of tapes that he had at home that he did like songs, just like, oh my God, I can't even fucking believe it because I bought the one that has all his unreleased stuff on it, and it's a song with hit together with Chris Cornell, actually.
I'm
It's
thinking about
really,
him right now as you mentioned his name because you said
yeah,
Soundgarden. He's another
yeah,
tragic story. I mean, he had everything. He had Soundgarden, but he had Audio Slave. He
yeah,
had he sang the song to James Bond's Casino Royale. Casino Royale, the first movie with Patrick, what's his name, whatever his name is,
yeah.
the James Bond movie, and he was very good friends with Chester Bennington,
Yeah,
and
they were.
he killed himself like what is it 3 or 4 months before Chester did. Like what the fuck's going on here?
Well, we could go down a whole rabbit hole about that whole thing because we're not going to, but let me just say briefly that there are people who believe that it was not a suicide
I
that
know.
killed both of them. They
Yeah,
were about to expose some people who do some very bad things to children in the industry, and it was made to look like suicides. It seems that everybody who is threatening to come out with some names and all, they happen to have a bad accident or a suicide. You know,
it could have been
um,
drug related too. I mean, I know that I don't know about much about Chris Cornell, but I know he had a great voice, and you know maybe these guys did have a drug addiction. They had a lot of addictions and depression,
yeah,
and maybe it was a drug deal gone wrong, and they hung
yeah.
him and made it look like a suicide. Very possible. That's what the son of Chester believes, but
Well,
I don't know. I don't know.
depression is something that I know a lot about because I'll put this out there too, because I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there who suffer from depression, especially what we all went through with COVID, and we all lost a lot of people that we love, and care about. But I suffer from depression. I had a girlfriend who did commit suicide, and after that, I was just devastated. My daughter's mother kind of did it with alcohol, so it was slower. It was like 6 years until she passed. But these things, they weigh heavily on people, and sometimes just day-to-day life. But when you're in depression, you don't want to do shit. You don't want to do anything. You sit there. You don't want to clean up. You don't want to do your dishes. You don't want to get dressed and go outside. It's bad, man. And there's a lot of people who don't understand that. They're like, well, like, why? And you can't put your finger on it. And then what winds up happening is you meet a doctor and they fucking give you this and that and this and that, and sometimes that stuff is worse. It's more
Exactly.
better to talk to people, man. If you
Exactly.
have something bothering you, there's plenty of counselors out there, and now you don't even have to go to the place. You could do it on video. So listen, people, if you're depressed out there, Don't think about doing stupid shit because listen, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Okay? It's never worth it. You hurt so many people, you hurt your family and your friends. Just don't. Just talk to somebody.
I agree with that.
Seriously.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
I suffered from depression, and sometimes I still do get, a little something going on, and I don't want to. I don't feel like doing fucking shit, But
I go through that too, my friend. Yeah, I understand you totally.
but you gotta just draw it out of yourself, and you have to say to yourself, listen, I'm strong. I'm not weak. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I can do this, and I can make sure. The only way to do it is to do it.
Well, let me tell you, no bullshit. When I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling like not right, I just do my show and play the Cookie Monster vocal,
Yeah.
or it doesn't have to be Cookie Monster. I just play the music. I play the metal, and I feel better after that. What is it? That's the
I'm
power of the
telling
metal
you.
music. Yeah, it's true.
That's right, man. And also, let me say this: that our chat family in Metal Messiah Radio, my friends, when I go in there, I look forward to seeing you people, and I love you guys very much. Our regulars are the best, man. They really are. You know who I'm talking about: Lon
Absolutely.
Stanley, Crystal. Everybody. I mean, of course, Katie, the Frunctor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big Mel. I mean, I know these people for years. You know that. You know
Our
how it
regulars,
is.
yeah, absolutely,
And
absolutely.
they cheer me up, man. If I'm feeling shitty, I go and chat, and guess what, man? Like within a half an hour, I'm like bouncing off the walls, having a great time.
Yeah,
So I love
Katie's
you
the best for
guys, man.
that. Yeah, Katie's the best for that for you. Yeah.
I love you guys at Metal Messiah. And LC, the big boss, man, he's a great person, man. He's got a huge heart. He doesn't like to be in the spotlight, but I'm just gonna give him a little nod and a wink, man, that I really appreciate you, LC.
And I know he appreciates you as well. So we have a good thing going on here at Metal Messiah Radio, and LC is a
Yeah,
great,
man.
great leader. Yeah, and he's a great
The
artist.
best.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Bobby, it's been great talking to you again, and I wish you and everyone in Attacker a great new album release party, whatever you
Thank you,
have
man.
planned.
Oh,
The
that's the 22nd of April. Dingbats.
Okay, 22nd of April. Okay, cool. The
26th of
God,
April.
the God Particle. I wish you great success. And this was a long overdue interview. And the last time that we talked, it was a pretty lengthy interview, and that's why this one's even lengthier.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But I
All
thank you.
right. I
I'm glad that you
appreciate it.
accommodated. I'm glad you accommodated me because I know it's maybe a little bit before you wanted to do an interview, but you know my time is limited. So I
Yeah,
really
no, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Dave, and I appreciate the opportunity to come on the show.
yes, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go hear more Attacker with. We have so much Attacker to play. Let's just get a great playlist together and throw in some other tunes that you are a fan of and make it
Oh,
a show,
yeah.
the Bobby Leatherlungs Lucas show, right here on Mental Meltdown.
Thank you, guys.
Crank it up.